You can stay and party with us. Let's take a shot of Patron, and let me know when you get enough. You know the rhythm is on, and everybody's feeling the buzz. You ain't gotta go home, 'cause you can stay and party with us. Yeah, you can stay and party with us. Yeah, you can stay and party with us. Yeah, you can stay and party with us.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to Sunday Brunch with Black Tea. I'm glad you guys can join us at the table today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're still missing one of our team members, but she will be on shortly, Miss California Cutie. But for right now, it's me and Miss Candy. Candy,
Hello,
how you doing today, girl?
I'm doing Nico. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. This day is it started off really good, but it's weighing on us now, honey, because we got a lot to talk about today. And I see Miss California Cutie has joined us, so let's go ahead and get her in there. So she can say, hey. We will say hello to all of our guests today, all of our folks that's out there joining us at the table today, and welcoming everyone in.
Cool. I gotta upload the picture of something I made today.
Ooh, girl, go ahead, child. Well, I'm gonna just briefly talk about mine, and then I'm gonna show the picture of another one, because last week when we talked, you guys couldn't remember, and Candy still don't remember.
Candy don't remember nothing. She older than me.
I really don't. I need some getting COVID.
That loaded mac and cheese that we talked about, kind of a spinoff from what I did last week, but. First, I didn't get a chance to take the pictures of my food this morning. I was moving too fast, and I knew that I was gonna, go live from the store. So I was like, okay, I forgot to take it and ate my food and ran out the house. So I wanted to make sure everything was set up and my internet wasn't acting crazy, because yesterday it was showing its butt. So I don't know. But I did today, however, make a mini, and I will get pictures of that soon, but I'm gonna at least tell you and describe it. I made a mini spinach and mushroom frittata with feta cheese on top. It was absolutely delicious. It was about the size of a bagel, and so it fit really nice and cute on the side of the bagel that I did have, and I paired that with a chive and cream cheese bagel. It was so good, guys. It's really something you can just sit down. It's a small little bite. You got your bagel, you got your frittata. And people can enjoy that. It's not too much, and you could actually set that up in a buffet style. It's not something that you gotta be worried about scooping and everything. They're little look like little mini breakfast pizzas. That's what they look like, but they're not. It's all egg. It's made out of all eggs, so it's really good. So as soon as I get a chance to get the pictures, and I apologize for not having those pictures, I will show you. But last week last show when I did the meatloaf with the mac and cheese baked on top, we was like, oh, and I was like, oh, remember when I did the loaded mac and cheese? Because we was comparing it to different stuff that we do. And he was like, no, well, this is the loaded mac and cheese that was done. It had asparagus in it. This one actually had grilled chicken, asparagus. It had steak, sauteed steak, and broccoli. So this one right here was a little bit different, but it was loaded. It's like a casserole almost, but it just with a little bit of difference to it. But this is what we had on one of our shows, and I believe it was the show we did with the young man who talked to us about hypnotism. Was it him? No. We did it with Victoria when we spoke with Victoria about her business. Many seasons ago.
Many moons ago.
So
a few years back.
Well, but that's a one-stop shop too kind of thing. You got your veggies in there, you got your protein in there, you got your little bit of starch in there, you got your little bit of dairy in there. So it's literally, you can plate that really nice and throw a drink on the side, and everybody can sit down and enjoy it, and it's something that you are used to, and you can pretty much put your own favorite meats and veggies in there. You don't necessarily, of course, have to do it with the asparagus, but the asparagus, to me, I like asparagus, and it popped off for me. But you can pretty much do what you want, and to make it your own. So have fun with it. Have fun with, being creative in the kitchen. Have fun with adding to your traditional dishes that you do. That's how these dishes are created. People, have an idea. Oh, I always like eating this. What if I add this to it, and it makes it something completely different but the same as the stuff that you're used to. So try it out. It's really good. I think you guys will like it. If you need to know how it's made or how I made it, go ahead and hit me up. Leave us a comment, hit us up, and we'll get that recipe to you, and everything. But before we move on, because Cece looks like she wants to show her food too. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this channel. Child, if y'all don't get on this thing, honey, we be having some good conversations, because today we got something for you, honey. Something that we all are, like wondering about. But anywho, what you got today for your cutie?
Two things. I was sitting there daydreaming about your casserole and thinking that sure would be good with some shrimp in it, because I'm always thinking about some daggone food. I love seafood. So that was number one. So I was like literally like daydreaming. It was like
you were thinking in your head how you can make it your own, huh?
Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, she was saying make it your own. You can put your own favorite things in there to to create something different. So yeah, I was already on that. But today, guys, I just made something that I was supposed to make this for my kids yesterday, and I know it looks kind of sloppy. It doesn't look so presentable because I should have took a picture of it when it was done, but I let it sit. But it's okay. It still tastes delicious. So what it is chilaquitas. So I went back to my part of my roots, and all it is you fry some tortillas up. You fry the shells up crispy, and then you put it in a pot, and you buy some red chili sauce, not enchilada sauce. There's a difference, and it says it on the can. One is enchilada sauce, one is red chili sauce. So you buy the red chili sauce, and you pour that over the where you put, after you finish frying it, you put it in a pot, and then you pour I put the shells in first, and then I pour the sauce all over it, and then you put tons of cheese in it. It's like that's why it's all mushy like that, because it's really cheesy. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of cheese in there, and then you throw some olives in there, and it tastes like enchiladas without meat in it. So I put the chips on the sides just in case somebody sometimes you want a little crisp on it, but it tastes like, how when you get to the end of your enchilada and you get the last little bite and you like, and it don't really have no meat in it because it's just like that last bite and you didn't scrape and got, now you at the end of it and it's like kind of crispy, got a lot of cheese on it and that sauce, and you eat that, that's what it tastes like.
Okay. Like, it reminds me, the way you're describing it reminds me of tamale pie. Just without, that's that tamale pie is a everybody know that's a real traditional Creole dish, and my daddy people are Creole. My grandma, is Creole, and she used to make tamale pie all the time. Now I got a recipe, and I'm going to so you making me want to make it. But
my mom used to make that, and I have not heard. I've done it so long. I've never had her show me. I don't think I've had it really from her as an adult. But she used to make it all the time. Child. And my mom is from Louisiana. She's not Creole, but she's from Louisiana. So that's funny that you said that.
That's where the Creoles are. The Creoles is from Louisiana. So I'm quite sure she got all the Creole dishes, in her background. But that's about it. It's so good. So we're gonna have to do that one now, Lee. You can put that on my radar, California Cutie, and I'm gonna have to make sure we introduce.
Make sure you freeze mine. I will. You get my freeze mine.
Okay. That tamale pie is gonna hit. What y'all gonna say? Everybody be like, "Ooh, this is so good." I'll be like,
"Is it made with cornbread?"
Huh?
I think so. Yeah, right. It's made with cornbread, right?
Cornbread, right?
Yeah. It's made with cornbread.
Oh, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. Come on.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be the taste tester and let you guys know.
My grandmother actually she makes her cornbread from scratch. She had
told us they all do.
You don't want it to be sweet. It's not supposed to be sweet. So it has to be real mealy. So when you add your sauces on it, it doesn't make it too mushy. It still gives a little bit of texture, but not too. Oh my God, watch. Child. Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
I'm tasting it. I'm tasting
Me
it.
too.
So you just gave me that idea, California Cutie, and I'm gonna get in there. We're gonna hit that up the next time. But guys, Candy, did you cook today? Not today. That's okay. That's okay. One day, I told y'all, one day we're gonna get her.
One day, it's gonna be good.
One day we're gonna get her, but that's okay. That's okay. So
we know she can cook, y'all. We know she can cook.
So that's
I
not
really can. I really can. That's not the issue.
But,
It's the time. It's the time.
Right. So we're gonna jump into this real quick, guys, because you know what? Today, I know last week when we were on the did the show. Our last show we did, we touched a little bit on the presidential election, and we're going to do that again. So, but we're gonna talk about that later because we got some special stuff that just happened today, and we want to just throw it out there, give people's opinion or give our opinion so we can hear what you guys have to say. But to get started, the show today, honey, is something that is going on in this country, and it don't even have to do with what we're talking about. So there's beefs everywhere, and it's so sad. But this beef between the hip hop community has really stuck out to me because after seeing, Cardi B almost jump on somebody at an airport, I'm like, well, what is going on here? So I just started touching into it a little bit, thought that it would be a good conversation because you know what? A lot of our youth today look at this stuff and they think it's okay. They think it's okay to have these beef because now they're beefing with the same people that these other people are beefing with. They're picking their sides, right? So now that they're picking their sides, now they're going against the other person when you probably liked that person in the beginning, but now that this person over here, it's just crazy. So it's like people are jumping on the bandwagon with these hip hop beefs, and it's not probably just hip hop. It's probably in a whole other lot of other music genres, but the hip hop industry has such a profound effect on our kids nowadays and young adults that I think that it's an important thing that we talk to our kids about, let them know that for one, a lot of this stuff is not real, okay? That's one. And number two, don't put yourself in a predicament that's going to get you in some kind of trouble when you don't even know where that started from. You don't know where their beef started from, who started or what's going on. You're just jumping on bandwagons because you like that particular person. Now, I know that I did, like right here, I read, they asked, somebody named Shad. I don't know who Shad is, but it's from CBC.ca news, so kids news. Pretty much that, the battling has been around since the beginning of the genre, which is true. And exists, the elements of it was basically because people were like battling. It was battle rap. It was battle rap before it was anything else. So if you really know the history of hip hop, when you go all the way back to New York, where it started, we got to give them their props, and it was battle rap. They used to stand out on the street curb. They used to, huddle in the basketball courts or in the parks or even in their communities, in front of their buildings or their stoops or whatever the case is, and they would have these battle raps. And so the beef stayed on the battle rap floor. It's very seldom, according to them, that they took it off the battle rap floor. But these kids nowadays are taking the beat to the streets. You know what I'm saying? In the industry and not in the industry, they're taking the beat to the streets. And a lot of our kids are idolizing these rap artists and industry people that are doing this and saying, oh, well, so-and-so did it. So, oh yeah, I'm on their side and this, and they're taking it to the streets, and it's getting so deadly that it's just contaminating our whole youth and young adult mindset. It's just they're contaminated, and it's just sad because they're following it. They think they're following money. They think they're following success. They're not. You know what I'm saying? They're following stupidity. But that's my opinion. What do you guys think?
Candy.
For me, I think I agree with you. I mean, yes, it started, back in the day in New York, and it was a battle rap. And then they were kind of like street conscious, and they came, they had California rappers, LA rappers and stuff, talking about justice, injustice more so. And then you started what I think it really, from what I can remember, started from the Biggie and Tupac beef, the East Coast, West Coast thing. And that was one of the biggest beefs in rap. And I think it was an industry situation that they, to create some buzz about both artists, and then I think it became carried away. And obviously, when lives came to an end because of a simple rap beef, you know what I mean? I think we are at a point now where, again, with a little competition, a little tags, little, here and there, it's normal, you know what I mean? But when you go too deep, I think that it becomes like the fans of those particular artists take it to heart. It's almost like, it's silly, but it's almost like the gang thing, to where you don't have a mind on your own to think, and you got to be a part of something to be able to feel like you're a part of something. And so whatever that is, you're gonna just take to that. And here it is that the individuals that are the artists are making money from it, and here you are supporting it and beefing with people who you're not even making money from. You know what I mean? Which
No,
doesn't make sense.
and the other thing is too, real quick before you chime in, because I know you probably have something to say, California Cutie. The way they're doing it, it's almost like they're doing it to hold their status in the industry. It's almost like they feel like they're going to lose their status if somebody else comes up, and outshines them. They don't feel like there's no one else out there better than them. And when someone comes out that's either better or just as good, then now there's a problem. Because it says right here on it said on Fox that the Biggie and Tupac, that was the biggest beef ever in hip hop. That was the biggest beef ever in hip hop. What do you got to say?
It definitely was, because it included one coast against another coast, not just the artist itself. It took a life of its own, and that was before we had cell phones and computers that really how we are able to track and keep up with the artists nowadays. It wasn't like that. We only kept up with our artists through magazines, videos, and that they did interviews on, whatever TV show. And so it literally, when we are able to watch them a little bit more and see more of what they're doing, and they give us more of their life, it's like we can prejudge it. We're the judge, jury, we get caught up and not even paying attention that, we're doing the same thing. We're putting our own self on the line as well when it comes to social media and stuff, but we're not artists. And so when you have, and like I said, it's taking a life, like you said, it's taking a life of its own. It's a trip to see how we have the Beehive, like we have the Barbs, and those people, even in the reality world, we have the Mellometers, and these people are people that really follow, diehard fans of their whoever it is, the artist, the TV reality TV star. And it like literally takes a life of its own. You can really literally look at the comments and see people going off on each other. I'm talking about going off to the point where instead of logging off or just not even entertaining it, they keep it going, and it gets deeper and deeper and bigger and bigger. Not to mention where it started from. Like it started was from somebody disagreeing with your fave. Your fave, just because it's your favorite artist, doesn't make them perfect. Doesn't make them not full of mistakes. Not make it where somebody can have an opinion about what they say. If they didn't want us to have an opinion about it, don't go to social media. Don't put it where we can have a comment about it. And we also got to be responsible as well. Us, the consumer, us, the people, us, the person that is being entertained. We have a responsibility in it as well to not take it as far or stop being thumb bullies behind your TV screen and behind your computer, thinking you can say any old thing to the star who you are speaking to. You can have a difference of opinion. It's all in respect on how you speak to them. Same with you. You wouldn't want nobody on your channel or on your page coming to you because they disagree with what you said. They can disagree, but it's all on how they say what they disagree about.
Yeah. Here's one of the biggest problems, and I'm gonna jump into this real quick. We as adults, instead of us understanding this and teaching it to the kids, we're allowing these kids and we're feeding into it with these kids when it comes to battles. You know, and it's sad to say, but according to what's this Meat Eater magazine, I mean, it's an online magazine. They females, the females are the worst. We have more female artists out there beefing right now than we have had with the males beefing. Now the males might go further with killing each other and stuff. Unfortunately, that's sad. But these women are showing their ass out there right now. Look, just a couple to name. First of all, we got Nicki Minaj who's beefing with both Cardi B and
Meg
Thee Stallion. She beefing with two of them. Not only she beefing with two of them, she had words with Little Kim. So that means now she has three people that she really not feeling. But for what? For what? What did any of them, you know, do to you that's make you do that? And the way you showing your ass is almost like you think that that's going to make people like you even that much more. And actually, I think it's making people not really care too much for her that much. I know that what's his name? Oh my God, Stephen. What's his name?
A. Johnson.
From
Smith.
the sports guy.
Smith. Stephen A. Smith. Sorry.
He wasn't too pleased with the whole, you know, how Nicki Minaj was out there, you know, talking and downplaying Meg Thee Stallion when, like, what is the beef about? Because that's the same thing with Meg Thee Stallion. What is the beef about? Then you have, I mean, come on, Azalea and Iggy Azalea. I don't know how to pronounce them people's names. Then you got Trina, who's an old school artist, and Kia, okay?
Kia.
Oh yeah. Kaya.
Okay.
Kaya. Then you got Cardi B versus Nicki Minaj and the City Girls. So people are jumping in on these bandwagons, you know, JT and Glorilla and Lotto and Ice Spice. Like what?
You know why? You know why? You know why this is happening? Because the world is corrupt. It's full of negativity. People thrive off of negativity. Even if we take it off our TV screens, they are able to get to it. I was at a client's house yesterday and she was watching something. It wasn't Zeus Network. I know about Zeus Network, but she was watching something on her phone and basically it was all fighting. And I feel like the people that, because they watch that stuff and there's a lot of people that love a good fight. Even the women saw the beats and was like, oh, they getting caught. Oh, they got talked about. Oh, you know, people bought their music. Oh, they went back and forth in these diss songs and they, you know, people were listening. It's like, yeah, no. Yes and no. Because like right now, even with Kendrick and Drake, Kendrick like kind of changed it up a little bit because he went so hard on the song and it flipped and went upside down on the charts. And then even on when he released the video on the 4th of July, like he had like 5 million views in like a week. Like it's like ridiculous. So, but at least we were hoping it would keep it on wax. But even still, there's people around the camps that were being hurt. You know what I'm saying? So
they're taking it off wax. They're taking.
But that's why you said earlier, Miko, that people are like taking it to heart, and that's why I feel like they trying. You know how they say bad news is good news because at least you're being talked about, and I think that's why I actually think that a lot of the industry, because it's not real beats. If they see each other in public in person, they don't have that really big. I mean, some of them might do. You know, they might not message each other. They might not be their favorite person, but they're not trying to fight and not trying to, you know what I mean? So I just really think it's the industry and their record execs trying to make them relevant and in the eyes of the people. And, you know, when you put a little diss here and there, okay, then, the other person going to be like, oh, yeah, you know, it's because it's almost like they don't have any other content to talk about other than somebody else. And so it's making that person relevant and it makes them relevant to keep it going because now the other person got to come back to them. So I think we just got to be mindful and like, you know, get some business of our own. Stop worrying about what these people are doing. And really, I mean, if you like their music, you like their music outside of what they're talking about with other people. You know what I mean? Outside the disses. You know what I mean?
Do you think that the artists have a responsibility to their fan base when things are getting out of hand, though? Like, you know, I do too.
Now you know, you wanted to be in the limelight because you knew being in the limelight made you, you know, a celebrity. Now you're just this person, okay? So you wanted to be looked up to in that way, because if you didn't, you wouldn't have got into the industry that you got into, because you knew what you were getting into. So being that you're in that industry, it's almost like you're a teacher. If you're a teacher, are you going to stand in front of the classroom and teach the kids some crazy stuff? No, you're going to do what you can to make sure that these young adults or young, you know, youth have something positive out of it. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, oh, you got to change it. Everybody needs to change it. Rap, don't be cursed. Don't, you know, whatever. Do how you want to do. But you don't need to have the beef behind it. Everybody knows that when you sit down and you start writing, it's coming from a fictional place, right? It's your creativity spinning. Rather, you're basing it off of true events. It's not an event that currently happened at the moment, or with you. Maybe it did. I don't know. But if it did, don't put it on paper. You don't need everybody knowing that you out there selling drugs or rapping, whatever case may be. So what a lot of these hip hop artists in the industry, I don't necessarily, you know, think that they all were just bad people out there thugging and drugging and all that stuff. I think they saw it. They knew that it can sell. So they talked about it. They talked about what they saw. And then with the women, you know, for some sad reason, they feel like the only way that they can draw this attention is if they go out there, turn their ass to the crowd and shake it all the time. That's like the biggest thing. So it's almost like, to me, it's the battle of the big booties out there when it comes to these hip hop artists. Because everybody wants the baddest body, or the baddest this, or I'm the baddest that, I'm the baddest girl, I'm okay. Yeah, you want to go out there and promote yourself, absolutely. So you're going to say you are the best, but do you have to put her down in order to do it? Now you're showing these young ladies that, oh, if you go out there and get you a wig and get you some boobs and get you a little bit of hip or something, now you better than this girl over here. Well, you wasn't better than her 2 days ago, so why are you better than her now? Because you didn't piece your body together. Like, that's not a good, to me, that's not a good thing to put out there in the industry, especially when we're trying to keep these young women safe, because there's so many women out there now that look at what these girls are wearing and doing, and then they're beefing with each other, and they take it to the streets amongst themselves. Sad to say, out here in California, you know, we know this, y'all, down here on Fort Lane.
And here's the thing, though. I agree with what you're saying wholeheartedly, but as an artist, my job is to sell and make money and put it in my pocket. I'm not here to be. But here's the thing. I'm not here to be a role model. That's for us as parents to look at our kids and tell them, and then we got to take it for what it is, for face value. It's entertainment. Like you said, but what I'm saying, but listen, well, yeah, but if you're taking it to they're beefing with each other on social media. Records. We beefing with each other because of them in person and wanting to fight. Use your brain. Why would you take it that, like, you don't even know these people?
Girl, you know common sense ain't so common.
You know what I mean? Are you
That's the problem.
Common sense ain't so damn common.
Huh?
I said common sense ain't so damn common.
Yeah, but I mean, so my point is that the artist is selling. Whatever they got to do to sell it, it's up for us to determine whether we take it as entertainment or we taking it for face value. So
basically, like I said,
the ones that's out there fighting in the streets. Okay, so like TMZ showed. I'm sorry, California Q. TMZ showed. What's his name? 6ix9ine or whatever his name is, and his boys having a straight brawl out there in front of the airport, and then he turns around and says, you know, yeah, because can't nobody touch me, and can't nobody, and yeah, y'all, that's how y'all get. What do you say? That's how y'all get with them. That's what y'all supposed to do. Don't let nobody step to you. And I'm sitting up here like, are you really telling these kids, these young adults, don't let nobody step to you? If you gotta drag them out in the middle of the street in the airport, do that. Show your ass. Pretty much, that's what he was telling them to do. Show your ass. I'm telling you, as an artist, to show your ass out there in them streets. That's what I want you to do. So when you get locked up, or when you get hurt, don't blame me. Don't say you was following me. Don't say that you took my advice. Don't do that. But if you see what I'm doing and you like it, kudos to you. Pretty much, that's not okay. You can't sit here. They cannot sit here and say that, oh, we're not role models. You are. You set yourself in that chair when you decided to become an idol of the world. People, you want everybody to look at you. So people are watching what you do. You know how you tell your kids you gotta be a role model for your kids, so you can't do certain things? Or the teachers are supposed to be role models, so they gotta do certain things. What about the people out there that we're watching on TV?
Yeah, they didn't sign up to be role models though. They signed up to be entertainers, and whether you take them as real, but I'm saying you cannot put that on somebody. Now, a teacher, yes, you are in a instructional, and you are in a life-changing role to influence role, right? So these entertainers are influencers too, and some of them we can take them and say, hey, we can learn something there positive. There's other people who are negative. If a person choose to watch somebody's negative activity and they choose to act on that, that's on them. It's not the entertainer's fault. I mean, unfortunately, I mean that's my opinion. I don't think it's that, because the same way you can take somebody's and say, hey, this person out here doing good, everybody watch them and watch what they're doing, that's good, and we'll say, yeah, we'll applaud them. But that's because they determined to do that. You know, there is some for every bad artist or negative. I'm gonna say bad, but every negative artist out there who's showing things in the line here. And here's the thing: before I finish that thought, if it didn't sell, if they weren't doing it and they weren't selling, they wouldn't keep doing it. They keep doing it because
there's a market. There's a market for it,
right? Because unfortunately, the ones who are doing positive things don't get as much light. You know, it's like in any industry, negative reviews travel fast, negative news travel fast, right? So negative behavior does too. And so, you know, with all the impact that all these artists, whether they're actors, entertainers, music industry, all the ones who've done something positive, you don't really see that. You don't hear about it. But every time somebody does something negative, it outshines everything that anybody can do positive. So I'm just saying that we as consumers, we feed into whatever somebody's doing. So we give them the power. You know what I mean?
I feel like the same. I feel like we still got responsibility in it. That's why when we were younger, when rap was just developing and coming out, my mom used to get mad about the gangster rap. I used to listen to NWA. She used to tell me turn it down, all that. I was like 15, 16 when it was out. And I'm like, she was like, why are you listening to all that cussing and all that? I was like, what, you cuss? I listen to you and you cuss. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So what's the difference? So we, and I still like, guilty of gangster rap. I like gangster rap still. But my point is, we're aging, we're getting older, so we're looking at it in a different perspective. These younger people are where I was when I was 16, when my mom used to tell me, why you listen to that.
But even back then, when you were listening to it, even though, like you said, I mean, it had advisories, and even they can go buy. You couldn't really go buy it underage, right? I mean, you could get somebody to get it for you.
Like the swap meet, you could, you could be
right.
Swap
But
meet.
here's the thing, right? But here's the thing. Even with that, they had a message in it. I don't know what the hell they saying now.
They're not saying nothing, but
like they had so much passion.
They saying, get it sexy, get it sexy,
get it sexy. I'm not necessarily talking about their actual songs. I'm not saying that their music, their actual songs need to be something that's a teaching thing. That's entertainment. Like you said, you write your music, you're entertaining. Like you sit down, you put pen to pad or whatever you do, you record, and that's entertainment. It's when you decide to take that off of the wax and put it on the streets where these kids are acting it out is what I'm doing. So I'm saying as an artist, do your music, but do you have to actually still go out there and fight amongst each other? Because that's the actions they're looking at. Not so much the song that I'm really talking about. It's entertainment, like you said. But I'm as a parent, okay, it's our responsibility to teach our kids, be the role model. So I can watch whatever I want to watch, listen to whatever I want to listen to, and do all that stuff like that. But am I gonna go now? Oh yeah, come on, girl, we about to go out here and whoop this girl ass. Oh, we about to go out here. Oh, I think you need to dress. I think you need to. Oh, she thinks she better. We're not about to teach our kids to go out there and start no brawls. We're not about to guide them to go out there and start no brawls. What we're gonna do is tell them that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Be bigger than that. You don't need to fight nobody to prove who you are. You don't need to get into a back and forth to tell this person, oh, I know I'm a good person. Why do I have to fight you to say that? Why do I have to start a beef that's going to cause this big old issue just to get my point across that I'm a good person, just so you know that I believe that I'm a good person? I mean, I don't know. I guess
So maybe going back to the point is why they doing that, because maybe there is real beef with these dum dums.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find out what the beef is. What is the beef?
So the beef must be, like you went back and said earlier, I want to be the baddest. I want to be. Why y'all all just can't be the baddest? Why y'all all can't be? Because you're not everybody's type. So when you say the baddest rapper, the baddest who sold the most records, the baddest what? What are we saying? Because to be truthful, y'all still can't touch Light. Y'all still can't touch Queen Latifah. Y'all, none of y'all. I don't put all of y'all on the test. None of y'all can touch those ladies when it comes to rapping. So
like,
what are we really saying?
Like Shantae Roxanne said, she was like, I didn't have to sing about shaking my ass.
No,
I didn't have to show my boobs in order to get my music out there for people like me. She was like, I was the first and one of the baddest female rappers out there, and I didn't have to do none of that to do it. So was Light, so was Queen. Now, yeah, it was in different times, but they didn't have to do it to get their point across. Now, don't get me wrong.
And matter of fact, they had a point. I don't know what they're rapping about now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like these girls, like it's like to me, these young ladies feel like who can wear the less clothes, so who gonna get the most likes about their outfit that they wore on the show? Who wore it the best?
It's like they're advertising their body more than they
or the less, who got the least on, and who didn't have a nip slip with the with the pasty on, because that's all they want. It's like pushing the envelope till the envelope is all the way open, but right at this corner it's not. So you can't. I'm gonna push it till I can't, so I don't get in trouble or they don't ban me. But then they're still talked about. They're still in the news. They're still blogging about it. We're still talking about it. We are still doing the same thing that we are saying. Why are we doing that? It's just a weird climate. It's just a weird climate right now. But look at who's running our. Look who wants to run our country again.
That's exactly what I was saying. I'm like, look at all his bad publicity. He's getting all of that, and he said it's feeding into him to make him stronger. So it's like, that's what I was saying earlier, is that negative energy propels and gets people hyped up, and so it's feeding energy into those people who believe in that. You know what I mean? Right. Who want to see.
Hold on, Candy. Let's segue into that because you about to go deep. I can feel it. So let's just segue on into that. So anyway, with that being said, we gonna show you guys how this is tying into how America is working today. And Candy already kind of started going off on that part of it, but we have to talk about this presidential race, child, because right now we are in some tangles that I don't know if we can get out of. And doing what we doing to each other in this hip hop industry, basically,
same stuff.
Come on now. Go ahead, Candy. Finish your thought. I just had to segue.
No, I know. I get it. But I mean, I just stand like all this negativity. And I mean, we have this clown of a man who is propelling negativity and fighting and just smack talking instead of sticking with the issues. Like I'm all for, the different parties and, the Republican having something to stand on and, but let's stick with the facts. Let's not name call like we in, elementary school, the way he talks about Biden. And it's just like, this is a man. First of all, he's a father. He's a husband. He's and he wants to re-elect him to be in control. Like he has fits, and because he doesn't even know how to control his own anger. And that's what we see into the world. So we have here a man that's supposed to be a substantial character and poise and, have the ability to influence people. But his ability is to influence people is to influence them in a negative way. Like, he's ridiculing and he's perpetuating hate. I mean, it is what it is. Like, even when he got shot, he didn't get shot. I mean, he got glazed, or if anything, it went by him. His ear is not cut off or blown off like he was trying to say. If you got a Band-Aid on your ear a week later, that means your ear ain't. Come on now. Anyway, that's another story. But the fact that even when that incident happened to him, he got up and was perpetuating hate. I was like, wow, this is like, it's like he has so much evil, vindictive ways about him. It's scary. You know what I mean? For him to think that he was once a president, I get in the beginning because everybody wanted something different. People wanted somebody that was non-political, and he was a businessman, and so we tried him. But even halfway through it, not even halfway, all the things that was coming out about him, about his character, how he broke the law, it's baffling, it's sad, and I don't even know, I don't even have the words to describe how I feel about it. I don't agree with it, and I'm sad we don't have a better candidate. And then now we go into Biden, who has officially denounced him running, but he's endorsing Kamala Harris, and we know that they're not going to let a woman, let alone a black
Especially
woman,
a black woman. Yeah.
and that's the thing, because and we need to really go back to how racist this country really is. It's really still racist, and the fact that regardless of her credentials and her capability, is that what's going to stop her is because she's a black woman. Well, it's not just a racist country; it's a sexist country as well. They don't want a woman in power.
Well, no, especially not if they're trying to go with
that's the word, misogynistic. Huh?
Especially if they're trying to go with a more conservative, as they say, administration. I mean, because that's what we know Prop 2025 is going to be. They want to.
Well, they want to make it a capitalist country. I mean, that's
they want us to get into that dictatorship, and which is not good. And all these people that are out there, promoting, and all these, look, I'm not saying that you can't have black people as Republicans. You can be whatever you want. You can be whatever you want, but but
not under this Republican leadership. Like, how are they? That's my point. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, how are they endorsing this Republican leadership?
Right. You can't sit there and say that this man is going to be good for you. The main ones that are saying, I'm not saying all of them, because there are black people that are not celebrities or not rich that are saying this. But the main person that's saying this are endorsing him are a lot of African American celebrities that are, from the African American community, are celebrities. The majority of the African Americans that are supporting him are celebrities. And that's not a fact. That's just my opinion based on what I've been reading. So I don't know the facts about the numbers, but from what I've been seeing, majority of them are celebrities. And I can say that one of the main reasons that he is beneficial to them is because he is for the rich. And when you have that much money, regardless to what your color is, you're going to go for whoever's going to help you out in your situation.
No. That's not true. That's not a true statement. Not everybody.
That's what I said. Not everybody.
Not everybody. There is a lot of people that do look at it like that. Yeah. Because a lot of rich people are, they understand. Okay, yeah, I understand. I make a lot of money. I don't agree with it, but at the same time, I'm still not about to endorse this dumb.
Yeah,
but the ones that are.
I'm saying what I'm saying is that like I said, not everybody, just the ones that I've been reading about. Majority of the African Americans that
are Republican. Okay.
That's it. It's not everybody. It's just that they just focused on the main ones that are.
Because the reason why I agree with you with that statement, because like I said, again, not everyone. I think even like the upper middle class people agree with him because of those tax cuts, because they benefit from it, like those business owners. And you don't got to be rich, but you can have, you're making a decent living, especially living in California or New York, and you above the the medium household, you stand to be tax cut with the Biden administration. And with the Trump administration, he's giving out a lot of tax liens. And so for those individuals who are in that position, that's one thing. But I just feel like they're missing the bigger picture, because that's one aspect of his candidacy, his presidency, right? What about all the rights he's taken away from women? Mm-hmm. What about all the, things that he's taken away from your livelihood? Like, you're looking at the money part of it. That's just one equation of it. But he has a whole agenda that's going to eradicate what all the Republican Party has done. Now, is the Democratic Party the greatest party right now? Absolutely not. Is the Republican Party? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? So, but here's my thing. Who has the better interest of the people altogether? And that's what I'm saying. We got to look at the long haul, not the short term. You know what I mean? So for those individuals who can benefit from him, and a lot of people always saying, well, Trump did this, Trump did a stimulus. Well, we talked about this a little bit right before we got on, is that Trump, yes, unfortunately, we were in a pandemic, and he gave money to every individual. And not only did he give it, and then here again, this is where we go back to those businesses feeling like Trump is for them, because he gave a lot of tax cuts for those individuals, businesses, owners, right? But here's the thing: we are all under the Biden administration. And it just so happens to be that way because you got to make up the economy one way or another. I mean, during Trump's term, the economy was down because there was no business going because of the pandemic. Now it is. So now Biden has to do whatever he has to do to make it come back up. So it looks like Biden is putting a lot on the regular worker and the people who have money. But he's just trying to, make it even, make the economy get back stimulated. And not to mention, we talk about what Trump did about giving all that stimulus money, but look at Biden giving all those all the breaks for the people with the degrees and student loans. You know, he gave away millions of dollars with that, and he raised the debts. So nobody's talking about that. So I just feel like it's just
because it wasn't money for them to go run off and buy them a new car or buy them jewelry or go shopping and make people
he didn't give it to everybody in the
take pictures of it so people.
But here's the thing: anybody that would have been the president at that time during the pandemic
would have did the same thing.
There would have had to do it. We all would. All were in a bind. So
exactly.
So everybody's giving Trump credit like he really did something. It didn't come out of his pockets.
Would have done it. And
it didn't come out of his pockets. That was our money.
All he did was sign the okay for it.
And anybody that would have been the head at that time would have did that.
Did the same thing, yeah. So he didn't do nothing. Pressure that anybody else would have done.
You said it. Don't nobody like that man. They lying. They know they don't like him, but they just don't want who's coming up in the Democratic Party to, win. Because they knew if they probably would have put anybody else against this, Biden or somebody else, they probably would have lost, But Trump being who he is, this very powerful and aggressive businessman, they're thinking the same thing they thought with Washington, which he did good. They felt like because he was able to run the military, he's a good businessman. He can run the United States of America. Same thing with Trump. Trump is a good businessman. He's making money. He rich. He's this. He that. He can do a good job running the United States of America. Just because
he was not a great businessman. Look how many times he went bankrupt. So
he stole so many people's money.
Right.
He stole so many people's money.
Like this man said on one of these news shows, he was asking questions. Me and my husband was talking about this. He was asking the people questions at the rally, and asked him like, well, why are you voting for Trump? What's your reasons? He gonna say because we need to make this country back the way it was, where white people were.
That's all it's about. That's all it's about.
Out of his mouth, he said, we're the ones that keep this boat moving.
Do they?
And the guy was like, what are you talking about? It's a black man.
I'm gonna need you to go see who invented this stuff. I'm gonna need him to go do this.
And now he start throwing out stuff like, well, black people did this, the black person did this. He gonna say, yeah, but who's really driving this country?
Not
what?
We are. We driving Miss Daisy. We've been driving Miss Daisy.
And ignorance is bliss. And that's why. But that's why you notice that a lot of the people who are closet racists are waking it up, and you start to see who they really are supporting. Because he's a blatant racist. You know what I mean?
I mean, the man was so, he's trying to do an interview, but he's getting so agitated that he literally had to stop because you could see him.
He's about to say something. He was about to,
say something. And then, what's crazy about it, Kenny, we talked about this earlier before we actually came on, was who he has running as his vice president candidate.
Oh my God.
And that man talked about him so bad. How did he even pick him?
The contradictory of that dude.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a whole joke. I mean, it's sad. It's sad to be in this. I'm sad to be living in this day and time because to see who the choices that we have to run this country, it's a joke. We're a joke to the rest of the world.
It's a big joke. And I feel sorry for our kids. Our grandkids, we got another 20, 30, hopefully 50 years left on this earth. Fingers crossed and God willing. You know what I'm saying? But they have way longer than that. You look at that 60, 70, 80, 90 more years on this earth dealing with all of this. And if it doesn't start getting better now with us it's not going to get no better. But you know what? I don't blame a certain generation, but I know that unfortunately, from looking it up, this is not just me saying our generation, which is the generation oh Lord, X. Sorry, no. What's our generation?
We are generous. No, we're not. We're
Lord,
generous.
Are
Are we? My bad.
Y'all forgive me, y'all. I'm
generation.
trying to quote something, and I can't even remember my generation.
I'm part of the Pepsi generation. Oh,
you so funny.
Gen X actually was one of the generations where the voting declined.
Yeah.
Because our generation felt like wasn't nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Not only with the presidency, but in our local states. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's
it
who
declined.
that
it declined. So all of us folks up in here between the ages of 40 and 56, I want to say, I think that's what it is. We need to get our life together. Not even 40. I'm sorry. Anyway, mid-40s.
We not even have to do that.
52 is the cutoff for our generation. So mid-40s to early 60s. We need to get our lives together because we out here complaining. It's our kids that are starting to have kids and that's growing up in this time that need to really be voting and putting things out there. So if we don't get out there and do it, then
we're talking about the same generation that likes to watch people fight and like beef and like the dumb things that we were like, y'all literally perpetuate the things that we have going on in our White House. That I mean, the person y'all want to run the White House. So you guys almost are okay with it. It's like, yeah, like y'all go back to see it. Oh, well, he gave us money. Yeah, that's great. Great. Okay, that's y'all full go-to. That's all you can say. Okay. So for me, it's almost like y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get. Keep acting. Y'all gonna get what y'all been asking for. You're gonna get what you've been. Keep up what you keep doing. You're the one are destroying your own planet. You're the one gonna deal with the consequences of the things that you guys are doing.
Yeah. And that's why I said earlier, I know that although entertainers are not role models, they don't have to.
They should be, but that's okay.
It's still important for them to give off
conscious of what they're doing. Yeah.
Right. Like, keep your, like they said, battling started in the schoolyards. Keep your rap battles on wax. You don't need to bring your rap battles to the streets where people really think that it's okay to fight, that you guys are really fighting. Now we're jumping in at concerts on people's side. You know what I'm saying? At concerts. Now, I'm not trying to blast nobody out because, of course, the last situation that happened, they don't really want people talking about it. It's kind of being blocked a little bit because they don't want that to be the target. But come on now. We have a big brawl fight at a concert where you have kids, little kids, adults, young adults, middle age. Everybody was there. So your young kids that you're taking just for the entertainment, now seeing all these people, and then you as a parent, you're allowing this to happen. Our president, you know what I'm saying, is allowing this to happen. Well, we'll allow this to happen because to me, that's what he likes is fighting. He likes fighting.
And if you're not on his side, he's with you. If you're not on his side, you're right.
Barely. He only with you as long as you don't disagree with him. Yeah. Even if you're on his side, because he let go a lot of people on his side that did not agree with him. I mean,
and clearly he's letting people on his side who clearly have showed their disdain for you, and you got him to be your vice president. So make that make sense. You can't make that make sense.
They said it publicly. Like they can pull up. They got receipts.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
As much his disdain.
So we got.
So what has changed his mind to make it because now he chose you to be his running mate?
He about to get a check like everybody keeps talking about. We keep talking about money.
Money is a
we keep talking about money and clout.
Yeah, he offered them a lot of money.
And all I could think of at first when I first heard it, I said, well, maybe he's gonna infiltrate. Maybe he's gonna do like a movie. Everything seems to be like movies nowadays. That the unbelievable is really happening. So I was like, maybe he's gonna get in there and change it up.
Even Mike Pence, remember towards the end of his presidency, Mike Pence was like, "No, he on his own. Like I'm not. when he wouldn't.
That's why Mike Pence. That's why they went after Mike Pence at the January 6th.
Yeah, and that's why he wouldn't. When he would not turn over the presidency to Obama, to Biden. That's why Mike Pence is like, yeah, he's doing too much. Like, this is too much.
That was a lot on life.
Yeah.
And so you see a person that's doing that, what do you think is going, like, come on, guys, what do y'all think is going to happen? Y'all really think?
How do we, but okay. It's one thing for him to do it. When are we going to wake up? And what is waking up the people? Like, it's like, my thing is,
it's going to wake up when these
how did he get this far?
And they're the examples now.
He's at? To where he everything he has done in the past and is continuing to do. How is he where he's at?
I keep telling you, it's a corrupt. The world is corrupt, and people like this mess. And this is what's making the world go around right now. And us people that are looking at, we're the minorities, the ones with a brain, the one that got common sense, the one that is looking at it for what it is. We're on the outs because the majority of people are messed up in their brain. A lot of mental things going on in people's head. And then not to mention, we still are only 4 years away from when we were really in a pandemic. Like, literally, we're still getting on our feet.
Look how similar though the whole presidential beef thing is with the hip hop industry beef. Look at the similarities.
They're the same.
They're the same.
They're the same because everybody's it's like I just said, it's just negative on positive. The negative is outweighing the positive because they can pick it up and look at it anytime and say, "Ooh, did you see?" And then it's like people, even we knew it was gonna get bad. And this is gonna be the last point I'm gonna make about this part of, like, and it's a major part. We knew the world was changing, y'all. Literally, when we started seeing people, but there's two sides of the story. When we literally saw people picking up their phones when people are fighting, or in a big, they're not going to go break it up, picking up their phones and taping it. Thank God on the other flip side of that sword, that baby girl was there to video when Floyd passed away, because that was a game changer. So, but before that, I was always like, y'all not going to help. I see 10 phones, a baby getting beat up.
It's a double-edged sword with that particular situation, because even when as a people, when we go help, guess what? The person who's injured is going to sue you if you pick them up wrong, and then they can say, "Well, she picked me up," and so it's like we're in this. I'm out to get whatever I can get, kind of mentality in the world. So although you might mean good, you're skeptical about going to go help somebody because of the backlash that might come from it. I mean, it's bad,
Well, we need the presidents to help us. So
yes, we do, because it literally, like they say, if the head ain't working, the body ain't gonna work right, Bookie. Yeah. That's just what it is.
And it's just gonna take everybody to get out there. We need to vote, guys. We need to vote. Really, 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 and I've said it from the beginning. Once we came back with season 3, I'm not a person that really watches the news, but I started diving more into it. I started paying a little bit more attention. I started looking at things a little bit clearer. And just me, myself, I don't expect for anybody to have the same thought process or the same feelings that I have. I just really feel like one of the reasons that he is getting so much support from celebrities, because they're all the same. Black, white, I don't care. It's what's going to benefit them, what's going to make them look good, what's going to make them shine, what's going to keep them on top. In the hip hop industry is the same thing. What's going to make me shine? What's going to make me shine is if I go out here and show my ass. What's going to make me stay on top? I'm going to stay. If what's going to keep me on top is if I go out here and show my ass. You know what I'm saying? So what's going to keep me at that status? Because don't nobody want to look at nobody that's just sitting down reading a book. I'm not saying that that's what needs to happen. I'm just giving us, an example. But somebody will go, ooh, somebody fighting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They will jump up and leave a table or leave a party or whatever the case is
to go watch it. Not to break it up, but to go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, to go watch it. Because now I'm recording it. Somebody got to ask me something about it. Oh yeah, I was there. I saw it. And you want to know what happened? Now
You get
got
caught off of that. Yeah.
fame.
Right.
You got your 5 minutes of fame. So now somebody say, "Oh, I saw you on the internet. I saw you on the TV." And be like, "Yeah, it's all about clout, status. Oh, I'm this." Not everybody was meant to be celebrities, people.
Right.
Not everybody was meant to be in the limelight. Not everybody was meant to be the president of the United States. We are all here for a purpose. I don't want to get spiritual, but spiritually connected. God made me for a purpose, for a reason.
Absolutely.
My time and my season is what my time and my season is. No matter what I do, it's not going to work out if it's not my time or my season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
tap that table again. Tap that table again. Tap it again.
like I have my affirmations. Know your worth.
Yes.
Never give up. And pray, wait, and trust. You got to pray. You got to wait for God to tell you when to move. And you got to trust that what he's guiding you and what he's telling you and what he has you doing is going to be right for you. Because as soon as you step out there on your own, it's not going to work. I'm speaking from experience. I stepped out there. I stepped out there twice thinking, okay, Lord, it's time. And he's like, I didn't say it was time yet.
Right.
Sit your behind down somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Be patient.
Be patient. And the patience helped me because with my patience came me studying more about what I'm trying to get into. I started to study my craft. I had somebody tell me, well, why don't you work in the industry before you try and run the industry? You know what I'm saying? And we know who this person was. You know what I'm saying? And it helped me out. It helped me out because I never thought of it like that. If I would have jumped out there before it was my time, I would have failed miserably. I would have failed. You know what I'm saying? So I had to step back and I had to learn a few things. And that's what we need to teach our kids, in my opinion. Step back, learn what you're trying to do first. If you don't know, just like with the presidency, if you do not know, or even the hip hop industry, if you don't know the ins and outs, the backstories, and how to make things happen in the industry or field that you're going into, how in the world can you lead it? How can you lead it? How can you lead somebody to do something that you don't even really know how to do? You're depending on other people to show you how to do it so you can lead it.
Right. And a great leader knows the craft, knows the subject at hand, and he leads by example.
And that's my whole point about this hip hop industry. And that's why I think it ties in so much with what we have going on right now in this world with the presidential race. Because, you know your craft by saying, oh, I can rap, I got music, I can do music, I sound good, I'm gonna put this pen up and I'm gonna go out here, I know I can dance, I know I can party, I know I can put some clothes on. But do you know anything else about your industry? Do you know anything else about, what's going on? And then when your kids start coming up in that industry, now you want to hide them from it because it's no good. This industry ain't no good for my kids, but it's okay for the other kids. But it's no good for you.
That's a whole another story.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
a whole nother one. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that, again, like you said to your point, Candy, I'm not saying that they are expected to be out there, that they chose to go out there, I'm going to be a role model. They're not saying I'm going out there, I'm going to be a role model. But there's some things
they got to be conscious of what they're projecting. I mean, I get it. Yeah.
Like
what they're putting out is definitely coming back to them. So they do need to be paying attention to that. Whether you're a role model or not, you still need to pay attention that
whether they chose to be it or not, they are unfortunately are. And
you should still be the best you can be. Period.
Exactly. That's all. Child, I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed this subject. I enjoyed this topic. I really thought, hey, kids.
Hey, kids. Let's say hi to you. And hey, Nani.
Hey, Miss Nani there.
Thank y'all for joining us today. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you guys for joining us today. We really appreciate you. And this is a topic that we can go on and on about, but I just thought we could touch on it just a little bit. Hopefully, everyone that tuned in and everyone that will tune in later, because I know we do get a lot of more, attention, our views, once we go off the air. A lot of people like to go back and watch our show. So thank you guys for the ones who are going back.
Playback gang.
Playback. I appreciate it. it was a really good topic. It's something that you can take back and have a discussion amongst your, your family and your household with your kids and your spouse and your sister's brother, whoever. I think it's just a really good topic. It's something to have these kids understand that, you're idolizing a life that is not yours and that's not made for you and that's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? And stop. You guys just need to stop and know that that's not you. That's not your life. So you cannot have what they have. Same with these beefing people. You can't, Cardi B, you can't have what Nicki Minaj have. Nicki Minaj can't have what Cardi B have. You know why? Because you're two different people. You're two different people. You guys can. There's nothing wrong with a little bit.
They can coexist. That's the whole point. You can coexist.
Healthy competition is okay. Ooh, healthy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like that.
Somebody said to me one time, and I know that everybody has heard this at some point, is that you go down the bread aisle. It's hundreds of different brands of bread down there. They're not competing with each other because somebody gonna get one of those breads, and somebody gonna get the next one. So it's enough for everybody. We can coexist, be on the same aisle. But what's for me is for me, and what's for you is for you.
It's for you.
But the thing that for me, what even back to y'all point is that, and the fact that it's okay to not only be the voice that, like, say I don't like it, like I don't like bullying. You see it happening. It's okay to speak up, because some people be feeling the same way you feeling and looking side out at the person that's bullying, and it be more people against the bullying than the bully, but because everybody's standing like, well, I ain't gonna say nothing. Nah, we all need to stand up. We all need to be positive. We need to be positive. We need to be positive, send out positive vibes, instill positivity in our youth. Even if we don't think we're role models, we are. Kids are looking up to us all the time. We don't even recognize it, but
whether they're looking up, they're watching. So
they're watching.
They're watching, right? So don't sit there and don't sit there and say, "Oh, these kids is doing too much." Who they looking at? Who they dress like? Who they acting like? You know what I'm saying? Who they walking around? Hey, Miss Princess, we saw you. Come on in. Thank you so much for joining us. I know a lot of people's having this communication problem, but
we have remnants with IT from earlier this week.
Yes, child, this has been going on. So real quick, guys. So we gotta put some promotion out there real quick. I'm sitting in front of this beautiful teal wall right here, guys, and that's just so everybody out there know that Black Tea is coming with their storefront. We're coming with our storefront soon, child. We are going to be here. We're going to be open. We're going to sell all the things that you guys love and like. Black Tea. We do event planning and management, but we also do event decor, custom event decor, home decor, and even if you want it in your office or your car, you can get that decor. Pretty much anything that's out there that you want, we can do it for you. We can put together your bridal shower parties, your baby showers, all of that good stuff. So the storefront is coming soon. You'll be able to come in and buy retail gifts and decor, as well as ordering something on your own. So we're gonna have it all for you guys. The goal
and events that's gonna be in the store as well. Live events that's gonna be in the store.
We're gonna be hosting a lot of live events in the store. So you'll see us three beautiful women in here working our magic and doing our thing. So the 24th of August is going to be our grand opening. We are going to go live, but it's pre-recorded. So don't worry. We're going to shoot from the store. We're going to have a nice big event, invite everybody out. I will give out the location, the address, the beginning of the first show in August, which is going to be coming up in 2 weeks. Everybody will be getting the address to come on out. We're going to be posting the flyers and everything starting the beginning of the month, promoting. So we're here to help promote all of our businesses around us, Black businesses, white businesses. I'm not prejudiced towards who own what business. Small businesses need to help each other out and help promote each other more. But we do have a special place in our heart for a lot of Black businesses out there, especially women businesses. So we're going to be out there helping to promote, support, and everything, and we hope to get the same back from you guys. And we appreciate everybody that joins us at the table every first and third Sunday. We love you all. Thank you so much. Our views are growing and growing. And eventually we're gonna get so big, honey, we're gonna be needing somebody to take over the second hour that we on the show. Honey. So that's our goal. But the whole purpose of us, you guys know, is to get out there and really have some good conversation, talk about some good food,
Yes.
with some good company. All right.
Sounds
All right.
good to me, y'all.
You ladies today. That's it.
That's
That's
all.
it. That's it. That's all.
Because I know Miko run her mouth so goddamn much. I talk a lot. I love y'all though, but I know I talk a lot. I can own myself. But we love you all. Thank you so much for joining us at the table today. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.